Hello, welcome. So today we're going to be looking at r/best of Redditor updates where someone is trying to implode their marriage again. Are we surprised? No, is the answer to that. But anyway, if that sounds good to you and you'd like to listen along to that with me today, then please do stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. It is so warm here today. It's been muggy and really hot the last few days. Like, British heat is weird. It's so weird because it's not so much that it's like super blasting hot. It's that the air feels like it sticks to you and it is disgusting. So if you can hear my fan whirring in the background at any point, I do apologise, but it's got to be on today because I can't have the windows open. All you'll hear is the road. So yeah, try and ignore that if you can hear it. Pretend it's not there. Anyway, so this one was shared to the subreddit by Direct Caterpillar 77, obviously not the original poster, as per usual, just the person who's compiled it and put it all together in the Best of Redditor Updates subreddit. So the title is Me, 35M, with my wife, 29F, of 5 years, wants a divorce after I requested a paternity test. I had to read that a few times because it's written really weirdly. I don't know if anyone else agrees. Like, wouldn't it be my wife, 29F, wants to divorce me, 35M, after I requested a paternity test? That would flow so much better. But listen, I'm not exactly like a lecturer level English master, so, I didn't even go to college. So don't take my word for it. So, like I said, not the original poster. The original poster is on screen. There's trigger warnings for infidelity and entitlement, and the mood spoilers are awe-inspiring levels of schadenfreude. I still don't know if I'm saying that word right, So it was originally posted September 19th, 2015, so quite an old one actually. I met my wife through a mutual friend. We were friends for a year or so before we both became single and decided we were compatible enough to date. We were together 2 years before we got married. I do not know what got into me. My wife is loyal, faithful, but I have been reading statistics about how many men are raising children that aren't their own. Where did you find these statistics, sir? Did you find them on the red pill side of the internet? Because if you did, discard everything you've read. They make up statistics, I hate to tell you. And had absolutely no idea around the time that she found out she was pregnant. We both wanted children. We weren't actively preventing it. About 3 months in, I couldn't take it anymore and told her I wanted a paternity test. She asked me if I was accusing her of cheating. I said yes. She asked me why, and I couldn't answer her. This is just the most ridiculous level of paranoia. You read one thing on the internet, and even my kids understand that you can't believe everything you read on the internet, and you should look into things a lot deeper and not take everything you read as face value, even if it says it's an official study, because a lot of these official studies are not performed by actual licensed boards of people, doctors, whatever. They're performed by some absolute twat on the internet who has a podcast and an axe to grind and a lot of misogyny. Neither of us has ever cheated or been cheated on. She works very hard, long hours at her job, but has always let me know where she is, who she will be with. If she was going somewhere with friends, I was always welcome. I do not know why I did this, and it's tearing me up. She told me she'd gladly give me the paternity test, but she was moving back to her mother's until that time because she didn't know if she wanted to continue the marriage. Fair. She got an amniocentesis test at 20 weeks. I'm the father, and when she told me, I was so happy. But she wasn't. She told me that she felt like she fell out of love with me the minute I asked her, and that she had no desire to reconcile. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't an amniocentesis test performed by putting a big fat needle into the amniotic sac, which is dangerous for both the mother and the baby, for infection risks of ruptured amniosac, which can then bring on extremely early labour, which 20 weeks. I think the youngest fetus to ever survive outside of the womb was 21 weeks. We're going to Google this. How is a amniocentesis There we go. Amniocentesis performed. It's performed by inserting a needle through the abdominal wall into the uterus, guided by ultrasound to collect a small sample of amniotic fluid. And that's how they can test for DNA. They use it sometimes to test for chromosomal defects and what have you. But it is very dangerous because it can result in rupturing of the amniotic sac, infections, and take your pick. It can cause a lot of problems. So the fact that this guy was so paranoid that he would risk his kid and his wife like that, disgusting. So obviously he said he was happy, but she wasn't. She told me that she felt like she fell out of love with me the minute I asked her, and she had no desire to reconcile. Our daughter was born July 10th. My wife has gone through a lawyer and has started the motions of divorce and issues of custody. She has since gotten her own apartment. She says she wants to keep this as amicable as possible for the sake of our daughter, but I just want to be a family. She doesn't want support or alimony because she makes more than enough to cover herself and our daughter's needs and live a comfortable life. Oh, she is done. It's taken since February to even get her to soften her stance and even think about counselling. She says she loves me, but she isn't sure she can get over this. Now I'm trying to think of how to fix this, and I'm such a broken mess. I want to prepare a list to talk about on Monday at counselling, but I just can't think of anything but apologising. And that hasn't made a difference in the past months. I don't think it would now. TLDR, didn't suspect wife of infidelity, but paranoia made me ask for a paternity test. But you did suspect her of infidelity, because when she asked, do you think I've been cheating, you said yes. So what are you talking about, mate? After months of separation, she agreed to counselling. What can I do to fix this? I hope she leaves your ass, personally. Someone who would put me and my kid at risk like that for a wholly unnecessary procedure could kiss my flaming arse, mate. Absolutely not. Relevant comments. AKA Vince Black says, what the F? No reason to think she cheated. Not one iota. Did you think aliens impregnated her? I'd find it hard to overlook that too. Exactly. Literally read one stupid made up study on the internet and took that over his wife's word. What the fuck? OOP, we were SULE active, so I didn't know that there was a good likelihood I was the father. I just couldn't shake that little voice that told me I might not be. Update, September 20th, 2015. I got to sit down with my wife during my visit with my daughter while she was napping. She says that this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Here is why she went nuclear, as a lot of people said. I don't think she went nuclear, personally. I think that was an appropriate response, to be honest with you. As much as this hurt, I needed to hear it. Now, we're going to find out now what the OP hasn't told us about their previous behaviour, I feel, and I reckon that they left a lot out. I had trouble trusting her our whole relationship, despite the fact that she had never cheated on me or any exes. She caught me snooping through her phone, email, work laptop before, and because she deals with privileged information, she says I open her up to liabilities with clients. No, I have never found anything incriminating. She has never hidden anything except work-related things because of confidentiality. Her bank accounts, credit card information, phone records were always open to me because she caught me snooping before and she wanted to assuage my fears. Assuage? Assuage? I don't know. What a weird word. I had recently installed Tinder on my phone and she had caught me on OK. Oh my God. So you're the cheating rat. What the hell? And she had caught me on OkCupid 6 months ago. Her best friend sent her my profile, so she thinks this is me projecting. It is. Oh my God. It is always the way, isn't it? The ones that are the loudest, making accusations. You're cheating on me. I don't trust you. I think you're doing... It's always them that are cheating. She got upset about the hypocriticalness of it all. Well, she had to be fully open to me, but she says I never showed her the same courtesy and always bitched at her about my privacy. I had my phone passcoded. I would get upset if she did the same. What the hell, man? How did you not realise long ago that your behaviour was problematic? and I'd get angry with her if she went into my computer's email for any reason, even if it was bill related. She said what really made her not want to work on it was some of the following, as if that wasn't enough already, hey. She felt no support from me at all before the test. She would come over every other day and talk to me, but I was cold to her, and that she tried to work on it in the beginning. She said my aloofness made her not care. I refused to help her cover the copay for the amniocentesis. She said that this was pettiness that made her feel this way, but she was going to get an amniocentesis test anyway because she's paranoid about birth defects, and her insurance didn't deem it medically necessary. Yeah, because really it's not. If nothing shows up in a scan, doing an amniocentesis is really again, it's a dangerous procedure, so you shouldn't be doing it unless absolutely medically necessary, realistically. I went on a few dates after she moved out and she found out. Oh my god, it just gets better, doesn't it? She considered it cheating because she had been attempting to work on our marriage at that point and had even made counselling appointments, and that I refused to attend until she got the paternity test. I didn't remember about this and didn't include it in my last post. Yeah, sure, you didn't remember. Or was it that just you left that out to make yourself look better? She said she was willing to work on the marriage, but she said that it has to be open both ways, and she isn't willing to move back in with me right away. I have to give her the passcode to my phone and delete Tinder. I do not want to give her the passcode to my phone because I think I deserve my privacy. Oh, wow. Wow. Hypocritical much. Her other condition is personal therapy as well as the couple's counselling. I don't want to do this either, because as many of you have pointed out, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be sure. There is everything wrong with you, dear. Everything. I'm sorry, but whoever's told you there's nothing wrong with wanting to be sure is also a sandwich short of a picnic, because what the hell? The OP's wife had never given them any reason to believe they were cheating, and they made them go and get a flaming amniocentesis! What is wrong with you? TLDR, I spoke with my wife. She is willing to work on the marriage, but with conditions. And then some relevant comments. Mega Stalazul, I think. Nailed it. I am shocked you posted an update. Your original post including nothing that would help us understand her decision. Frankly, you sound completely out of touch with reality. That's what I'm saying. I can't imagine why she's willing to work on this marriage. Let her go for her sake. Exactly. OOP then says, she hadn't told me. She was keeping contact minimal besides allowing me to see our daughter, but she wasn't opening up to me about how she felt. And then deleted user says, wow, I can't believe the crap you did to her, and she is still willing to work on things. You, sir, need counselling and a swift kick to the ass. A swift couple kicks to the ass, I fear. I don't think one is enough. OOP says, she said she's willing to because of our daughter, but if it was her alone, she wouldn't. You can't make a relationship work just because you've got kids. The kids will be a whole lot more miserable with two parents that can't stand each other, or even one parent that can't stand the other. They know, they can tell, they sense things. And then a deleted user says, you left out the stuff about being protective of your mobile devices, having Tinder profile, and going on dates yesterday. You deserve your privacy? You are a piece of work, or a troll. I mean, I kind of hope it is, because otherwise there's a poor woman out there putting up with this man. For God's sake, get help and put all of this energy into being a good dad. Don't be so effing self-involved and selfish. OOP, I didn't go on any dates until after she left. And then Raccoon Grin says, you don't go on dates when you want to stay in a marriage. Precisely. OP literally thought, right, she's out the house now. Game on! Like, he didn't care. He's an absolute ratbag. Update, September 25th, 2015. I realise now that I'm not exactly someone you want to sympathise with. No shit, Sherlock. And I'm sorry. I do love Marissa and want to be a better husband and father. But I will not get that chance. In therapy, our therapist had us lay everything on the table. And I admitted that I was an unfair hypocrite. She admitted that she's happier without me. Yes, girl. Hell him. being a single mother for all intents and purposes. We attempted to talk it through, with her laying out her terms to re-enter the marriage. I still feel I did not cheat on her because she left me with no discussion of terms. She feels I cheated because we were still married and actively discussing her eventually rebuilding her trust in me and moving back home. We agreed to try another therapy session, but Tuesday morning she cancelled it and filed for divorce. We had dinner that night. She told me she was sorry, but she didn't think it would work because her trust at this point was irrevocably broken. I told her it was okay. We sat down and talked about visitation until she leaves in January, when she will be moving to her home state with an opportunity that grants her more money and better benefits, including on-site daycare. She told me she harbours no hard feelings towards me, but wishes it hadn't ended this way. I told her it didn't have to, but she disagreed and she said it did. I told her I'd give her access to my phone and such, but the fact that I did that to her left a sour taste in her mouth about it, and she doesn't want a relationship where it's considered normal to not share or rifle through the other person's things for no reason, as she put it. We agreed on child support and we will get it in writing. I make a comparable amount to what she will be making, so we agreed to split baby expenses. Baby will be on her insurance. I gave her a check for the amount of the amnio. Anything else we can think of? I know there's no chance of getting my wife back now, but how can I be a good dad to baby long distance? We talked about me eventually moving to be in proximity. She made sure to emphasise for baby that we will not be getting back together, but I'm locked into a contract until December at least. TLDR, wife pulled the divorce trigger. How can I be a good dad to my child long distance? I mean, probably by keeping it all to the kid and not pestering the mum, because you and the mum are done. Keep everything to do with the kid. None of it's about your feelings anymore, my friend. So then let's have a look and see what the people down in the Best of Redditor Updates comments have to say. So Mindless Let One says, laughing my butt off, the plot twist in the update that he had used Tinder and OkCupid during their marriage. What the F is wrong with this guy? To be honest though, I have seen this. Oh, I've just smacked the microphone. I have seen this quite a lot, actually, when I've been going through stories on Reddit or even in personal life, where a friend has been dating someone and they've been accusing, like the friend's boyfriend has been accusing them of doing this, that, and the other, and then it turns out that the fella was doing it all along, you know? It's the guilty conscience and the paranoia that if I can do that, surely she can do it to me, which also is so hypocritical. Not only that, but during the time after his wife had moved out and he claimed he was trying to get her back, he thought that that was the perfect time to go on dates with other women. The guy is selfish and clueless as F. I was just shocked that the wife made any initial attempts to reconcile. Dude is one big selfish and hypocritical red flag. I mean, yeah, to be fair, I'm shocked too, but at the same time, it's a bit different when you're in it and you're preggers and it's like, oh no, everything's falling apart. So I kind of get why initially the wife might have wanted to, but I'm so glad that she reconsidered and decided, no, actually, I'm not. And then Bice the Precious says, I don't understand how he wrote that second post from the ex-wife's perspective, no less, and still thought, I'm good. I did nothing wrong. I have no problems. Okay, I think that's all we've got time for today. That OP was delusional. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Anyway, if you made it all the way to the end with me, then I appreciate you very, very much. If you give a little like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, then you are officially part of the cult of void. You have passed the initiation. Well done. Whatever it is you're doing for the rest of the day, I hope you have a really good rest of your day. Goodbye.